Be on by yourself first, or oh,
What up? What up? What up?
hey.
What I
Well,
think?
I guess we are
It's
live now.
live. You know we're going to do the hot air balloon as a commercial. So now
Oh,
to
okay.
it.
Yeah. Well, that's perfect. So, anyways, first show tonight. That's great.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Bringing
Uh,
it back.
Ready to have a lot of fun. I appreciate you being here and teaching us to
Yeah.
take more meds. What's happening, y'all? Respect.
That's
So
right. People come on. And what's the date today?
what is today? It's the 3rd of March.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
2022.
do- your view is still the same as mine, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we got everybody coming on right now. I see some people coming on, and we'd like to thank everybody for joining us tonight. And if you have any questions, please put it in the comment bar up here, and we will answer your questions as we go.
And Gayatri, so you know, I am working this out on my end as well, so we can change this background and make
Wow,
everything aesthetic.
perfect. And we are live, so this is a live a
We
live
go
broadcast. So things happen. You know what I mean? Like so, this is the best thing about live. So and we have who do we have coming up today too?
to that. Yes, we have Mr. Rico Gordon of Oak Park Massage Clinic. We also have Gayatri, and she is the marketing and design for Classy. And then we have Ruben Riveles, which is our current artist that is on display at 3200 Broadway, joining us tonight.
That's right. Hello, everybody. Welcome you out, and this is very exciting for me and for Leo as we this is the maiden voyage, right, of everything, and so
Yes.
I'll let you go. Take it away, Leo. Take it away.
All right. So I just downloaded that. I'm bringing in this new background really fast. Rico, can you hear me, brother?
I
Just
can
bring him
hear
up.
you.
Right on, man.
I'm on the road right now.
Where you heading, Rico? What you getting into for the night? If it's
And
live,
actually,
just be live.
yeah, so I'm on my way to go pick up my oldest son. He is almost 18, and we're going to go see the new Batman movie tonight at the IMAX.
Okay.
Oh wow.
That's gonna be funky,
How
man.
come I'm not going?
You got a show to do, Ruben. Who's going to run the show?
Wow. Okay.
That's what's good, man. Well, yo, if you could, we're already like 5 minutes in. This goes mad fast.
Yeah,
Please
wow.
give us a little heads up of who Rico Gordon is and tell us a quick synopsis about Oak Park Massage Clinic and how this came about.
Yes. So I'll try to wrap it up in a real quick nutshell. Rico is a massage therapist. He's a healer. He's a fun-loving brother. He likes to smile. He likes to laugh. He can be kind of quiet, but it's because he's observing and he's learning. So what I've learned is that, I have a particular set of skills that help people get to where they're going. And it happens to be my elbow. And sometimes people are able to run faster, stronger and harder, the whole thing. So I'm really blessed to be able to share my gift with the community. And I grew up in Oak Park, so that's where the connection is. And, I really want to just help more in the community. I want to bring in other massage therapists that maybe want to work in a funky, fresh environment and do something that matters. So I encourage anybody out there who's into healing, look me up. Let's talk. I want to
Before we
connect
get
with
too
you.
far into the future, how did you get settled on medical massage. And what does that mean? Neuromuscular medical
Yeah.
massage. And what does that mean for people who have no clue?
So I thought massage was, you lay down and there's like nice soft music and things like that, and you get undressed, and so I wasn't comfortable being undressed. There's lots of things that come up for people when they're in a space that's uncomfortable, right? So I really tried to look at healing a different way, and I tried to take it to an area that's more outcome based, and where I found a good rhythm was with medical massage, which is very close to treatment from a doctor. Okay. I get to work with athletes, couch potatoes, and everybody in between that moves their body. And sometimes there's stagnant energy, there's stagnant tissue that needs to be moved through. And that's kind of where I come in. And realigning muscle tissue and fascia, all of that is in line with what people are looking for when it comes to pain relief, posture correction, and just moving better, feeling stronger, sleeping better,
That's solid.
being less irritable. Yeah.
That's funky. Now, how do you play, massage into your regular schedule? How do you get this in yourself? Do you have your own like massage therapist that massage therapists go to, or
Man, absolutely?
you doing
Yeah.
phone? What's the deal?
I try to teach people, also empower them how to take care of themselves. So I have to practice what I preach. So yeah, I use the foam roller. I use, a softball in my hip. But yeah, I have a team of healers, depending on what's needed. You're one of my healers, man. You know that. When I need herbs, when I need medicine, when I need tea, I go to Leo. If I need a Buddha belly shot, I'm calling Leo. And so you're one of my healers. You're on my team as a healer. I have other therapists I work with, Reiki healers. There's so many different ways that you can heal.
Okay, respect, man.
Yeah,
Now,
I'm not afraid to share.
I know you know Ruben, and
Yeah, what's up?
Ruben has
What's
impacted us here recently with some art. And tell me a little bit about the future of who Rico is becoming, and this new camera that you picked up, and how it plays into your meds practice. How does that fit into meditation and your exercise?
Dude, what's really funny is I was going to share this with Ruben earlier. The flash that belonged to my father that I found, I told you, it wasn't working. I was putting the backwards in wrong. It's a weird model. You put the batteries in a different way. Long story short, man, I found my father's camera, and I've been taking, old school manual photography shots with it, no digital. And it's been a lot of fun. And I just tonight, I got the flash to turn on. So now I can take some shots in low light or outdoors, That's exciting to me.
Yeah, that's well. I remember you calling about that light too, the flash. So you're taking some really cool stuff. I love it. I love seeing the progression too, like just being the anticipation of the film, right? To see what you're gonna get.
I can't wait to show you the stuff that I've shot. I only sent you a couple.
Yeah. So,
it's fun, man. It's really interesting to see what you can capture in a little small space and a little, screen.
If you're
you
cool
can see
with
so
it,
much more.
If you're cool with it, Ruben, I'm gonna show a few of these pictures that you currently have up at Classy Hippie or at 3200 Broadway.
Dope art.
This one here is beautiful.
9:15.
Yeah, these are both from pictures in Oaxaca. This is from California. Oh, sorry. You're quick. You're quick up there. So these are both from Oaxaca. One is they represent the vibrations and the calmness in nature and even in urban, Mexican urban lifestyle back there. So, but it is a street. Yeah, that tree's in a it was in a field. I had my friend who was driving me around, and I just saw that in a field, and I just had to take a picture of it, then change it into the energy that I see in there. Yeah, so it's nice. It's all vibrations.
The the beautiful way that these colors overlay each other. What is
Yeah.
the medium with this one here, Ruben?
It is actually this is one I actually usually I let when I take pictures of leaves I never touch them, or I mean, of course I've been change them to what I see, but this one I kind of put it on top of each other and change the colors a little bit on there that I liked, and usually I can see when I feel it. So, and this is what I was feeling that day.
That's what's up, man. So,
Big
Ruben,
energy in that work, man.
do you get
Thank you.
massage? Do you have a massage practice, Ruben?
Me? Are you asking me right now?
I am.
Is that what you're trying to ask me to do the other day?
That's not what I'm asking you. I'm just wondering.
Oh,
how
I'm
you
sorry.
get.
No, I don't. I don't have a massage.
Ah, okay.
I mean, I don't do massage. I'm sorry.
I don't have a massage.
Yeah. And we want to shout out to Ebony London, who said greetings on here. We'll fix the comments should be
What's up,
coming in, but I think I have a
Ebony?
reason why. Yeah. So
All
Ebony's
right,
out
all
there
right.
watching.
That's
Yeah.
good. I didn't even see it.
Well, I know because I think there's some settings in your. We'll go get it next time. There's a
Right
setting
on.
in your Facebook page that we need to make it all open.
Now,
But
jumps off.
Gentlemen,
She is also a fine artist that hopefully we get to represent through 3200 Broadway at some point. Rico, it sounds like you're about to jump, brother.
yeah, I hate to jump off because I know this is going to be an interesting conversation. So, until
Go
go
next
see the
time.
Batman.
Please
Right.
give us your quick info real quick, how we can reach out to you, where you're located before you jump off.
Okay, thank you. I'm in Oak Park on 35th Street and 4th Avenue inside the Evergreen Wellness and Beauty Collaborative. And you can find me on Instagram, Oak Park Massage Clinic, also Rico the Healer, and oakparkmassageclinic.org.
Respect.
And
We're
I look
gonna
forward to
jump-
seeing you guys soon.
And one more question, Rico, for everybody out there, because I know everybody suffers from sciatica. Do you ever work on sciatica patients, or?
You know what? Yeah, sciatica, runner's knee, carpal
Yeah.
tunnel syndrome. Those are some of the types of pathologies that people come in and they're looking for help. Honestly, I get a lot of folks that come in that are kind of at the end of the rope with options and therapists and other things, and somehow spirit aligns us and we do work. And yeah, I'm grateful.
Respect to it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
enjoy the movie, man. Enjoy your family time. Enjoy
All
your
right, guys.
time. Enjoy
Thank you.
all that. Much love.
Thank you. All right, fellas. Take care.
Have a good one.
You too.
We're going to jump into a quick 15-second break, show some love to our sponsors, and then we're going to hear from the amazing Gayatri.
I'm ready.
About everything that she's into. I'm really excited to learn more about her. And of course, she teaches like 8 different styles of meditation. It's going to blow your mind. Ruben, I think this will add into some of our Oprah talks as well, and just how we meditate. So
That's right.
further
Well, I was
ado-
already impressed from the backstage part of it, so too. The graphics, the changes, awesome. So I'm like, yeah,
Done.
get it done, yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
So, yeah, and we'd like to thank everybody out there for coming to the show, and we'll be here every Thursday, you said,
Every
or
Thursday.
9:05.
That's it. I like the 905. Reminds
There
me
you go, 9:05. All right.
Here we go. Classy Hippie Tea, located at 3200 Broadway. Not only can you find the best tea in Sacramento, but you find the most handsome barista and the most awesome coffee as well. 3200 Broadway. The address is the name. Come check us out. Not only will you find Classy Hippie Tea again, but you will also find high quality coffee.
Awesome.
And now
Hello.
we're back.
Oh, you're
That was
muted.
my impromptu commercial. I know Gayatri's like, I need to write you a script.
I think you're on the mute.
I'm muted. How did I mute myself?
Not you.
Oh.
She has to unmute hers.
Oh, Gayatri is muted. Got you.
Yeah.
I can unmute.
There you go.
There it is.
Hello, Nico. Hello, Ruben. How are you?
Hello. Good. How you doing? Oh, look, we got our first comment.
Yo,
Oh.
Tito. What's
There
up?
you go.
Man, I
It
went to
worked.
college with Tito. That was my old roommate.
Right on. We got something. That's awesome. Well, great. Okay. So, hello, Oh, hold on. Here you go.
Oh, when you're opening a spot in A's.
That's it. You have the entire team on the line right now. So you have the marketing, you have our artists. You're gonna have to ask the team that. I'm down to travel, Tito. I'm down to go back. Respect. So Gayatri, thank you for coming on. I can't wait to hear everything. So let's just jump straight in. Please, who
So,
are you?
I spent a lot of my time in media industry, more than a decade. But after that, I just set out on a spiritual journey, which prompted me into walking barefoot in wilderness for about 3,500 odd miles, wherein I was surviving on charity. I did not take any ATM card or debit card or anything with me.
Wow.
And that was an enriching experience. And it was during this journey that I got an opportunity to implement all the meditation techniques that I had learned over a period of 20 years. Because from where I come, from India, we have been meditating since our childhood. Like the moment we turn 5 or 6, our parents make us sit in a particular position and they make us chant Om.
Wow.
And now it's not just about chanting Om,
Yeah.
it has to be chanted in a particular way. And what is that particular way? So the first syllable is second syllable is oo, and the last syllable is humming sound of bees. Hmm. So since childhood, we have been sitting in like cross-legged position with this mudra, like hand gesture, eyes closed, and then we all used to go with a deep breath.
That just calmed me, and I was smiling so big.
Yeah.
That is how our days would begin. Even in school, there used to be like 15 minutes separate for meditation alone.
Wow.
Can we do that one more time? Let everybody get ready.
Right?
Okay, do
Yeah,
that.
ready, everybody? Okay.
Yes, so this is how we start. It's
Wow.
AUM. Let's start. Take a deep breath. So
Wow.
when we say if you observe in your body, you will feel sensations in your navel area.
Wow.
When the lips go into oo sound, you will feel sensations somewhere around the throat and the chest. And when we say you feel every muscle in your body vibrating.
Before we get too far down there, and Ruben, please jump in, but Gayatri, you just told me you walked 3,500 miles, and then we started meditating. I can't let you just skip like past that fast. Please,
And
how do you
right before that though, we have one more, so you can see such beautiful people here. I want to learn meditation at a much elevated level. See?
Yes,
You got people-
Raquela, it's one of the initiatives of Classy Hippie, wherein we will be doing the meditation sessions every Wednesday at 6 a.m. Pacific time. You're most welcome to join these meditation techniques. because over a period of next few months we will be learning various styles of meditations, whether you want to awaken your senses or whether you want to withdraw your senses, depending on whatever you need. We will be learning all the techniques.
And I must say, this past Wednesday morning at 6 a.m., the internal team went through a trial period. Wow. We were talking about it 3 hours after the phone call. We were alternating nostrils and we were it was crazy. We laughed deep, said open a diaphragm. There were so many things we did in a 25-minute, 30-minute meditation that wow. And it was invigorating. It wasn't like a calming meditation. It was an invigoration for the day.
Yeah.
It left me excited.
So Raquel said thank you, by the way, too, and she's a very wonderful person that I know. I invited her to come check it out. But you said do it every Wednesday at 6 a.m., right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And we will send the link out. You can join us.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think she texted someone else to join in. Also, too, do you do a 9 o'clock artist, late artist, goes to bed late? I'm just kidding. Yeah, 6 in the morning.
Meditation for sleeping as well. That often because of stress and anxiety, we are unable
Yeah.
to sleep properly. So there is
Yes.
a particular sleep meditation as well, which also involves certain techniques of breathing techniques along with certain mantra chanting. It helps us in a very peaceful sleep.
Perfect. And let me ask a question on that, because I am, my mind's active a lot, and I do visualization and meditation before I go to bed. But let's just from my point of view too. So I do a lot of artwork, and I'm always trying to cut off at a certain time. But what if we watch TV and we overstimulate ourselves? What would be a good thing to do before we go to bed to maybe calm our minds down a little bit?
The best practice before going to bed is to make sure that there are no thoughts in our mind. Like there is this one particular school of thoughts which say that sleep with whatever you want to achieve in your life. But the
Yeah.
whole point of sleeping is to give your mind rest. At least those 6 to 8 hours that we are sleeping, that is the time when our mind needs its me time. Like a
Yeah.
me time to mind, wherein we don't want to bother our mind with constant thought process.
Yeah.
The happiest person in the world is the one who can sleep without any thoughts in mind.
So
And
you
if the
have a
thought, I need to get a better night's sleep, I'm waking up in the middle, can't go back to sleep. Yes, now this is one particular thing which I had come across. I had one of my, I like to call them my prodigies. I don't like to address them as my clients or patients, but I like to call them my prodigies. So there's this one of my prodigies. His wife was pregnant, 5 months pregnant, and he was having panic attacks. In the middle of the night, he would just wake up. And for any expectant mother, that's like the scariest thing that can happen. He was on medication, psychiatric medications, but even those medications were not helping him, which is when we worked out a routine for him. And within 2 months, the panic attacks had gone down. Within following 2 months, all of his anxiety and stress had come down considerably. Even his migraines had gone. So by the time the baby came into their life, he was
Yeah.
off all the medications.
Oh.
So
Gotcha. I have a question for you on that. So, tea. I know tea is really big in your culture and in your country. Do you use certain teas and herbs at night
9:30.
to assist with relaxing?
So when I make my tea, so my morning tea and my night tea, there are two different. There are two different types of teas that I drink. There is a morning tea, and then there is an evening tea. So
Can
when
you
I'm
explain?
drinking tea in the morning, um, first the water boils, then goes in ginger. I mash the ginger a bit, and I put that in it. I add some cloves to it, and then I add some basil leaves to the water.
Wow.
Let the whole thing, go into it, and then I also add some cardamom, and
Ooh,
that is a refreshing thing. And then I add tea to the whole
yeah.
mix. And in India, we usually add a little bit of milk also to the tea, like 2 or 3 spoons of milk just to give it a flavor. So that
Yeah.
is my morning tea. That is my morning tea. But
Yeah,
if
the
you're
nighttime tea.
talking, yeah, for the nighttime tea, uh, there is this essential ingredient which was in high demand during the entire pandemic, and that ingredient is turmeric.
Ah,
So when I'm drinking my tea in the night, along with the basil leaves, turmeric, ginger, I add jaggery to the tea. Instead of adding any amount of sugar, I add jaggery powder, which is what I add to it.
how do you
So it's
spell that, Gayatri?
Jaggery, jaggery powder. It's like
Ah,
unprocessed. It comes from sugarcane, but it's not like processed sugar.
ooh,
It comes from sugarcane, and there are
Yeah.
like these. It's made in a very organic way, and that
yeah,
it's a
ooh.
sweetener, but it doesn't give too much of sweetness. It's considered as very medicinal as well. So the combination of turmeric and jaggery, it has healing effects on the entire body.
I am
And
taking notes.
Yeah, I was like, maybe the show should be on teas too.
Right.
I mean, well, different ones, right? And we do have a question for you too. Welcome, Sean. Do we need to sign up for the 6 a.m. Wednesday meditations or just show up?
yes, Sean, we'll be like the link is shared on the Classy Hippie page, and every Wednesday, approximately at 5:30 a.m. Pacific time, the link will be shared on the Classy Hippie page. You can register and join in.
So
Make sure you have your
is this
cup
a
of tea
virtual,
ready, Sean.
right? Is
It
this
will be
virtual
virtual.
class? Okay, it's
Yes, it's
virtual. Okay.
virtual class.
Yes. Sean, again, make sure you have your tea ready. This is a whole ceremony we're performing.
Yeah, well, that's news to me. I mean, yeah, I need a nighttime tea. I mean, a daytime tea too, but a nighttime tea would be great for me.
Yes,
Active minds
nighttime
and
tea. Yeah, and turmeric. It's kind of the best thing you can get when you want to sleep well.
Mm.
see,
I
how come I
love
Yeah,
didn't know this stuff? Say, and Sean
these
said
are
yes.
like traditional ancient wisdom in my culture.
Yeah.
So these are the
love it.
things that my grandmother, great grandmother, these are the tips that we got from them.
Well,
Well,
we love those tips. So, and
guys,
Sean said yes.
this is an international panel tonight. We're going to learn about medicine from everywhere. We're going to get ready for another 30-second break. And then we're going to come back and continue on with Gayatri. And then we're going to move and we're going to talk a little to Ruben and see what his meds process is, what he does for
Uh-oh.
exercise, diet, sleep. And really, it's going to come down to his art. Can't wait to hear. All right, Ruben. Where is? Here we
Wait a
go.
minute. Is it a? Oh,
I'm gonna do a commercial really quick.
yeah.
The
Yes,
fun
Leo's first time driving the machine. I love it.
is-
It's the spaceship.
now, Gayatri, keep in mind I'm showing you all my early stuff, so you can read.
Oh, she's gonna fix it. It's gonna be fixed already. I'm telling you. If I know, yes, because she would be doing the same thing. Yeah,
I
she
have
would.
been kind of an agonizing aunt. Leo was looking for an agony aunt, and I became the agonizing aunt for him.
So, perfect.
I love it. So
I know
this
this will all be fixed by tomorrow, so probably by tonight. So,
early in India. This next commercial is going to be short, sweet. It's going to tell a little bit about who we are as a company and all the things that the company is getting into, from cosmetics to farming. Enjoy. Beautiful. Again, Classy Hippie Tea. Tea man, here comes the tea man. Come and get your tea. Tea man, here comes the tea man. Come and get your tea. One and all, come and join us at Classy Hippies, located at 3200 Broadway, where not only will you find the most exquisite listing of teas, but you will find some of the finest coffee beans known to Northern California. Tea man, here comes the tea man. Come and get your tea. All
Awesome.
right.
Look at that.
And we are back.
If you want to give, yes, and if you want to give a very specific,
You know, I wanted to say that graphic should have been the whole thing, right?
You know, I love how we all work in real time.
yes.
Oh, we love it.
I was actually just one more thing about tea. One of the secret ingredients that can actually bring a very lively flavor to your tea is lemongrass.
Lemon dust.
Lemongrass.
Lemongrass.
Yes,
Oh, yes.
Lemongrass to tea.
Yes.
So we have a couple of comments up. Ready?
Oh, peace.
Tea and
Thank you.
peace.
And then Raquel will be there tomorrow. And Raquel also, you can see my artwork. We've been wanting to go over there, so that'll be a perfect time. And that's some great tea. So, yeah.
Gayatri,
Yeah.
before we jump, because you've all helped us with Ruben's artwork as well and trying to get it into a different digital frame. You know, Ruben is heavily working in NFT worlds and things of that sort. But when it comes to promotion and really making flyers and making sure that 3200 Broadway represented Ruben the best that we could, as well as our brand. The last piece, I just want to touch back on that travel again. 3,500 miles. There's so much there that I can be unpacked. Please, again, what made you even do this? Is this like a rite of passage for teenagers, or what makes you do this? Was it religious or beliefs?
Madness. Madness is the only thing that can lead you to do something like that.
Wow.
I think it's 3,500 kilometers, so it should be like roughly 1,700 miles.
Yes, that's still a lot.
75 miles, the kilometers and miles thing. But yeah, I think it's just the madness that can lead you to a path like that. But
Wow.
what prompted me was that I had everything and still something was missing. And what was missing was my understanding of myself. So when I was in this journey gave me an opportunity to connect with the 5 elements of nature in a better way. There were times when I was sleeping in the jungles under the open sky. Because I was walking barefoot, I was constantly in touch with the earth element. Because I was out there, air element was constantly with me. It was no more AC room. Because I was walking on the banks of river, I was constantly close to the water element as well. So it kind of gave me a better connect with 5 elements, and each of these elements in turn helped me
lost you.
activate my chakras.
We got you back. I
each
missed
of
that
them-
last piece. Could you say that again?
Yes, so these 5 elements of nature, they helped me activate my 7 chakras. 7 chakras are located from our crown to our genitals. So
Did-
there's like,
And were you
Yeah.
studying with other teachers as you were learning to balance the chakras and things, or was this you
Yes.
coming into alignment with yourself?
so I had learned the techniques of balancing chakra, but I never really got an opportunity to spend that kind of time. So when I was in this journey, naturally I was with nature. So each of those colors of the nature, each of the elements of the nature, they gave me an environment which was very supportive, positive, and fulfilling for the chakra meditation. And once the chakras were balanced, I realized that you can be involved and yet detached. You
Yes.
can feel things without getting carried away in those
Yeah.
feelings.
Mm, mm.
And yes, you don't need a particular thing to happen to be happy. You can just be happy. No particular thing can make you happy. It's just us, it's from within. So all of these things, they just kind of started dawning upon me once the chakra were balanced.
That's beautiful. So, high
Yeah.
level, where do you want to go with all this? I know you work with multiple companies. You're so talented. What do you want to do? What's your end goal?
My end goal is to, honestly, this is one of the very personal experiences that I had, so I'm not going to take any names. While I was practicing this and learning this in our batches, I had one of the participants who was from Seattle. And I believe medical marijuana is legal in Seattle. So he was on medical marijuana regularly. Not that he needed it, but he just said that it would calm him down. However, when we started this practice, no no intoxication basically, because we are into meditation. We need to know how it impacts and affects our body. So definitely no intoxication was allowed. It was during this time that first week was difficult for him, second week was difficult for him, but in the beginning of the third week, after we did the channelizing the energy style of meditation, he just said that I just felt like I had marijuana. I'm getting the feeling like I smoked marijuana. And that
Uh,
is when the Guru told us that the person who was teaching us meditation, he said that what medical marijuana does is it helps you numbs your senses. And it
mm,
is an external factor. What meditation does it helps you withdraw your senses. So in spite of everything, you're dependent on yourself. You're
yeah.
not dependent on any external element. And yes, meditation can be addictive. Meditation can be addictive.
Yeah.
Like you will see, even in the children, if they have done a lot of things, you will see a child sitting alone in a corner for some time.
Yes.
Why does that happen? That is because even the child knows that he needs his time to calm down.
Hmm.
So it's a natural instinct for child.
This is
So let me ask
beautiful.
you a
For us,
question. Do you have like any where else that we can look at look at some meditations that you've done online too, just in case it's in the middle of the day? Is there any other?
Part of hours.
Yeah.
I recently had a conflict resolution workshop at a corporate club,
Mhm.
and over there we were talking about how to resolve conflicts. And one of the basic essentials of resolving a conflict is to make sure that there is no conflict within us.
Mm.
Yeah.
Conflict begins right from within us. So before entering into any conflict or before responding to anything, it is essential that we understand that we are not chemicals to react. We are human beings. We should be you should be like, absorbing the information, assimilating it, assessing it, and then responding like a human being. And it is during this process that any decision made in anger can be harmful. So there are some easy meditation techniques that can be utilized when you're in the office environment. It won't take more than
Yeah.
5 minutes to calm you down. So if you are angry with other people, there are certain techniques that can be utilized. If you are angry with yourself, then there is a different kind of breath work that can help you release that anger. And if you are just feeling
9,
helpless,
5,
not in control, then in that case, there is a different style of meditation. And we will be sharing all these breath works every Wednesday. So you can
Okay.
join classes of the
Perfect.
initiative and
That's it.
Wednesdays. And if you have any specific questions about if this is the situation, what kind of meditation would help in that situation, I think Leo and I will help you out with that.
Yeah.
That's
And let me
it.
ask a question on that too. Is it going to be like in a Zoom, or is it going to be like this where it's just going out?
It will be on Zoom. So there
Okay.
will be, once the session is done, we will open the floor for question and answers.
Okay, perfect.
That also
So
helps
you,
with a little privacy with the Q&A, things of that sort. Since this is live, the live aspect is great for the instruction, but we want to protect privacy.
Privacy. We will be having breakout rooms in the Zoom, like in the
yeah,
main Zoom, we'll have breakout rooms. So if everybody else wants to interact, interact with each other, network with each other, like an after party, and if somebody wants to interact in private, then we
yeah,
go to the breakout room.
perfect. All
Okay,
right. See, now we have all the information every Wednesday at 6 a.m.
that's it. Let's
Yes.
roll into another small commercial,
Yeah. Where's
and
your
from
commercial?
there, uh, let's talk and get to know Mr. Ruben. Beautiful. All right. So we're jumping right back into it. After that short bathroom break, probably don't have time to go to the bathroom on yourself. But
Yeah.
so we're going to remain with our panel right now. We have Gayatri, and we also have Ruben here with us today. And Ruben is our resident artist right now. And the things that Ruben has done to cultivate his next level of life, his next journey, I can't wait to hear more and more and more about it. Not only does he do really dope things here in Sacramento, but Sacramento, California, but he also has a rich, rich, rich culture and Mexican tradition of lifestyle and art. This is the types of stuff that he's bringing to not only America and showing us, but he's also traveling back into Mexico to show his art. I think that's somewhere that we open up, Ruben. But
Wow. So, who's this
I
guy you're talking about?
heard this question. She said, "My understanding of self." So, Ruben, specifically, how does art play into your understanding of self?
Let's see. How is art? Well, I know that is an extension of my soul, right? It's an extension of my what I do, and I think that I think we're all creative in our own ways, right? And we just got to find that which makes us happy, And my meditation is creating, right? And I just get lost when I'm doing something. Sometimes I do it too much, but it's always like flowing, right? But it's always fun, and it's always it's frustrating, but yet relieving, and all the energy work that goes into creating something and then putting it out. There's a saying, I grab from the spiritual world and bring it to the physical world. Is what I feel like when I'm doing. So, then like
You're
a lot
saying?
of what's that?
Is that you're saying? That was pretty dope, man.
That's I think it's an American Indian saying. Yeah.
Oh, I'm like, okay.
I'm all yes. No. Yeah, but I'm trying to explain the term metaphysical too. I'm like, okay, well, now the metaverse is here, so and so we're looking at certain things, like a metaphysical artist, right? And it becomes something in this world and something in the metaverse world, which is coming along too, right? And that's a different topic, but I think that a lot of this stuff is like, I think that one thing we found during the pandemic is that our souls yearn for creation, right? And we've had time to reflect on ourselves, and I think that a lot of people, whether it's cooking, I mean, cooking is that's another creative way that people don't, they all this stuff that we do is creative, and you get lost in cooking just like anything else, and sipping tea, right? I mean, and there's rituals, right? That to go with that too, and yeah. So anyway, so that's myself. Is
Actually, there is one more thing that I noticed about Ruben's art, like whatever paintings that I have seen, the colors that you have used in your paintings. There is no, I mean, you have your signature style, but there
yeah,
is no dominant color that is like, okay, this is Ruben.
yeah,
Yeah.
It is every color, and you have made every color your own.
yeah. Well, you know, and I credit that to going to Mexico, right? And you know, just going in there, I don't go take classes in Mexico when I'm down there. What I do is like I just walk around and absorb all the colors, and there is, I guess there's rules to. I never went to art school, you know. I guess there's rules what colors not to use. But in Mexico, it's like I don't know, they just do them all, and the houses are different colors, and you know all these colors that aren't supposed to go with each other, you know.
Yeah.
Aren't artists all about breaking rules?
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean too.
Haven't
That's the funny.
artists been put to brutality for breaking the social norms?
Wow.
Yeah.
Go ahead, please break all the color rules.
Well, you know, it's funny because I go to a California master painter. He helps me, and he goes, Rubens, he's like, keep your Mexican colors, and that's what he says. This is your thing, right? So you know, and to me, it is you know, color is healing, right? All the colors are healing, you know, vibrations, and so that's a whole different. You know, when I take pictures, I know they're going to be different colors. I know it's like seeing auras of trees, right? And auras of like what, you know, what is, yes, it's a physical piece. A leaf is physical, but in all the end, it's vibrations, right? And so I see the colors. That's what I see when I you know, I see those colors. I'm like, that's it. That's what it is.
And it might be interesting for you guys to know that when I spoke about chakra meditation, I said that each of the chakra had its own element. Each of the chakra has its own color as well.
Yes.
Yes. See?
Each
Yeah.
of the chakra has its color, and depending on what color we are surrounded by, that chakra gets energized, that chakra gets activated in the presence of that color.
Well, you know, it's funny because I told, you know, when I was doing the art show, I'm like, okay, one more piece, and and the circuit is activated, right?
Yes, I remember you said that.
Yeah, I'm on one more, and it's going to be activated. And you know, and honestly, that's what I feel. And I feel like in the cafe itself, I designed a circle, right? A circle of color that you go inside the middle. Even the tables have different colors on them, right?
Yeah.
And I was
Like
like,
Rocket League.
and so you know, like I said, vibrational beings, right? That's what we are, right? I mean, that's what I feel that I am, and you know, and we'll talk about Oprah, but there is a saying, you know, that Michael Beckwith said that, you know, you grow where you're planted, right? And right now, during this transition of mine, I'm planted at 3200 Broadway, right? And in that piece, you know, I've met so many different people. There's so many creative people going through there. There's so many cool people that it feels like, I don't know, like an energy conduit right there. So I have one more month, and then I'm gone. So, Leo, you better live that month, because this is it.
You want to absorb it all. You know what was really cool about that is that's why I wanted all of you guys on the same like show with me. Like, you grow where you're planted. You are my influence right now. I've known you guys longer than a month, but we started coming together cohesively. We had to relearn each other's slang, our education, what's funny to us, what isn't, our humor. All these things go into developing a working cohesive relationship. And this here is what people often want to know. Like, how did you build a business? How did this work? How did you do that? Really, and it's old as day, it's the relationships. And if you take a little time in the beginning to really see what fuels people, what they're passionate about, where they want to go, how fast they want to drive to get there, those to me are the things that really sustain. And as you sustain, you guys get to dance and work together. So, Ruben, whether you at 3200 Broadway or you on the metaverse, homie, I know where you at. I have
you know. I'm just saying, like do you have to leave? I'm like, yep, it's time for me to go. No.
I'm coming.
No, you know, and I think, and I appreciate you, Leo, for you know, and Yaya out there. I don't know, was out here today. You know, for
we're missing Yaya today. We're missing one crucial element.
She just did an artist talk that we were both on.
Yeah.
So everyone's working tonight.
Yeah. Everybody's hustling, right? But I do appreciate, you know, and I'm really happy to meet you too. So it's been a pleasure, being at 3200, because I quit my job. I I just took a chance to open myself up and accept and surrender and allow people to buy artwork, which is one of the things I never really did before. So all of this, I was coming to Leo. I'm like, well, I always quote Oprah. Well, Oprah said that, right? And I'm actually only because I actually was on. I told myself I'm going to focus on this one, Michael Bethwick and Oprah Winfrey, about manifestation and intentions, right? And some of this stuff really struck me because I did go through some hard times, even though it's two. And then the next morning, I went back to my meditation. I went back to my intentions and my manifestations. Where I like what they talk about, like you radiate out what you want. You don't attract things, So I do every morning. I wake up. I do my Thich Nhat Hanh smile, and I wake up and I have 24 hours of living life with compassion and love toward everybody around me. That's what I do every morning. It's been like that for I don't know how many years now, or 20 years now, right? And then I set my intentions, and I go from there. And sometimes I get focused on a lot of things, and when I focus, that's great because things happen. And being at 3200 Broadway, this is all part of the whole system, and that you grow where you're planted at was really I don't know. It kind of struck me because I'm like, okay, that means that wherever I'm at, I build community, I build friendships, I build even on virtual, I build and so that's kind of where I'm at too, at that point of like. And things are happening, things are really, really coming to me and in a different way that I did not expect it, but I did expect it, so to speak. Yeah.
Ruben, yeah, yes, Leo, first you, and then I'll go.
I give Ruben a lot of credit for this because you hear the calmness and the pace and the tonation in his voice, and he's calm and collected. But he said, "I quit my job." This was literally like 60 days ago. This isn't something that it happened 10 years ago when Ruben's a big part in success, like all of a sudden, and he's on the show with us. No, this is someone who's following his passion and their dream right now. Like this is the present moment. And that's beautiful.
So everything that Ruben just said, it somewhere reminds me of what Gautam Buddha said. So Buddha said quite a few things, and somehow, in some way, he said one particular statement which was very scary for him, but it might give a little solace to everybody who is manifesting things or who is kind of focusing on what they want in life.
Yeah.
Gautam Buddha said, never wish anything, wishes come true.
Oh.
Never wish anything, wishes come true. They come, and just like Ruben said, in the most unexpected ways. And you spoke about community, Ruben. That is exactly what Gautam Buddha also said.
Yeah.
Like the Sanskrit verse was, Sangham Sharanam Gacchami, meaning I bow down to the community which is holding me together.
Yeah. Yeah. And for me, allowing people to help me was a big one, right? But the community has helped me, right?
Yeah.
The reason when I quit my job, I was really under a lot of pressure, and I used the Buddhist of surrender. I surrendered to the universe. I'm like, okay, I can't do this anymore. It's either me or the job, right? And I just surrendered, and then now I'm on this pathway, right? But so that's
Ruben,
yeah.
if you don't mind, could you tell me a bit about? I would really love to hear about the energy. I've traveled a bit. I got 28 countries under my belt now. And one thing, as we're talking about the different elements, the smell, the earth, the thickness of the air, the way the water
It's 10
flows,
o'clock.
how clear the water is. How is your creative process different when you're in Mexico versus when you're here? And is it particularly Oaxaca that you tend to go to, and why?
Well, Oaxaca. So I wasn't intending to be an artist, so that's the thing too. It's an accident in a way too. I mean, I was a musician, right? But my mom, who passed away at 4 days old, so she passed away 4 days ago. My other mom, my aunt who raised me. So she ended up passing away too, you know, and I never asked any questions to my mom that raised me because I didn't want to. I felt loyal and I didn't want to think that she wasn't enough. So I waited until after she passed away to go to Mexico to find my roots, because I think as a Mexican American born here, you know, and maybe this is all immigrants that are born here, you know, first generations, that there's something missing, right? You don't know what it is. So, you know, I went back and took my camera. I didn't know how to take a camera, you know, take photos or anything like that. I just took enough to where I wanted to take, so my family could, you know, if they couldn't go back, you know, they would have a residence of where they were born. Now, I also went to go look for my indigenous roots too, which was a different one too. But what I felt was where my grandparents lived, right? I touched the earth. I felt the vibrations. I felt, you know, maybe they're never there, but I always sense that they are, you know. And being born when your mom passes away, I think it helped me. It gave me a bridge to life and death, right? So I have always feel spirits, right? Because that's where I was born, you know. And I tell people, like, if your mom had a choice between her and her child, she's always going to pick her child, right? And so these are the conversations that we had when I was in the womb, like I was going to be the one that survived. And so it goes to, you know, to the Dia de los Muertos and all this stuff, you know, where a lot of things is all vibration and energy. So when I went to Mexico, and when I go to Mexico, it's not about like going to take classes. It's not about this, and this. What it is about is that once I hit the border, that my blood starts to heat up, right? And then it goes into my heart. And then after that, it goes all over my soul. It's almost like a battery that needs to be recharged. And I come back, you know, my girlfriend's like, you're so calm when you come back, you know, but I also attune myself to the sounds in the morning. You know, I sit there and I close my eyes and listen to all the sounds no matter where I'm at. You know, even here, you know, I attune myself to where I am at, because, you know, that you get used to that kind of level of vibration. So, so coming back, Oaxaca took me in when I was a injured little bird, and, you know, and made me the artist that I am. It really did, because as I walked through these times, especially during Dia de los Muertos, I met people that I don't think existed, and only existed for that moment in time for myself. So I'd have conversations with, you know, especially ladies, older ladies, but they were almost like my spirits. They would come down and, you know, talk to me about certain things, and it would be very magical, and I would never see them again. So, yeah. And so there's a long story. There's all kinds of stories, but yeah. So I, you know, and that's why I go back for, you know, especially during that time, because like last time I had a woman, a indigenous woman, gave me a massage. She's like, you know, you come here because it opens up. Right now, magic is going to open up in 3 days, and that's Dia de los Muertos time, right? And she's like, and the earth is going to open up, and you know, the spiritual world's going to open up to you. So, you know, and I know what she means, because I feel like I'm there with all my relatives, or, you know, so that's kind of like where I get a lot of like my art inspiration, is really just the vibration and feeling. Like it's not physical. I can't explain it to you. So when I literally say I take it from the spiritual world and bring it to the physical world, those words make sense to me.
You know, right? I've heard that pieces of the story before, right? But until this moment, when I really like sit and I'm present with you, I didn't realize the connection in our stories. No one else in my life that I've ever met has had that situation with their biological mother. Well, that's the same situation that my mother went through. So I've never actually met my biological grandmother. Yeah. When she was giving birth, she had to decide, you know, either myself or my child. And she chose my mother. And how that changes things, how the muscle memory, and I carry that because my mother carried that when she was raising us. And making sure that she was always going to be in some way, let's know that the kids were loved, no matter what
Yeah.
she could provide or not, because she was dealing with her own things. So respect, brother, and I believe for myself, it's really made me way more open
Yeah.
and sensitive to not only my mother but other women, and being able to hear their frequency,
Yeah.
because I grew up around such a soft frequency in that time frame. So
Yeah.
respect.
Well, I think women should rule the world because, they're for me, women have always taken care of me. I've always been like, so that's always been like, one comes, and for some reason they'll come and, so anyways, yeah. So, and
Yeah,
also, with generational trauma too, what you're talking about too, right? Is that, as you know, sometimes it's hard for us to give compassion to people who are not so nice to us until you look past into their past, right? And you're like, oh, okay, that's why this person was this way. They were broken, right? They
yeah,
never dealt with it. We have the ability now, especially with, we have to look at the positives of COVID too. Is like, we had to sit with ourselves, right?
a long
and and bring we brought all our shit, so we brought all of our stuff into COVID, right, with us, and now we're like, oh shit, do I really like myself? you know
Yeah,
that's one of the reasons why I quit my job too. I was like, man, this is, I became more empathic, and I was like, I can't be empathic to 100 people. It's just too
yeah,
much on your soul, right? And really, I
Yeah,
mean, I love where I worked at. Yeah.
that is the reason why you just mentioned that not being empathetic to so many people, it can take a toll on you, which is why this my spiritual journey helped me a lot, and the chakra balancing helped me.
Yeah.
mm,
I can feel their pain, but I don't get affected by it.
Yeah.
gotcha.
To be involved but detached, and not to get carried away. For empaths, it becomes really very difficult because you just can't see pain of other people, and it kind of starts taking a toll on you after a point. So
Yeah, it
when
does.
you say that, it kind of makes you feel very sad, and you start feeling, oh my god, what is happening in this world? I completely understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Uh,
See?
well, how about this? I want to take a course change,
Go
take a
ahead. Course
final
it.
intro, but we're still talking about meds, right? We're talking about generational trauma, and sometimes trauma just has such a weight to it. It's not always negative. It's just things that are retained in the muscles. So I would love to know, between these ages, like, who were you two in high school? I'll start. I just happened to be like an athlete and things of that sort. I had the popularity, class president, took the lead, things of that sort. Um, Afterwards, I would stay late to make sure that class projects, things like that, happened faster than, the class before. I loved efficiency. I loved achieving. I loved studying. I was never a strong reader, but I loved studying and tinkering with things. And that's led me into really the world that I'm in now, with herbs and medicine and traveling and the different cultures that are represented here.
Yeah.
So to that, who were you guys in high school, and are you completely different now?
You go. It'll be you. I will bow.
Question, so I don't want to go further.
Yes, I want to
I
know
was
actually. So
I was an extremely ordinary person with extraordinary dreams. Like,
Mm,
to be like 10 or 12 years old and telling that I'm going to work in film industry and I'm going to work with the biggest stars of our country. Everybody laughed at me, everybody made fun of me, and then I worked with the biggest stars of my country.
yeah.
I mean, in USA there is this culture of page six, which is like the, let's just say, gossip magazines, like filmy gossip, filmy magazines. I would read that when I was like 13 something, and my mother would say, nothing good is going to come out of it. Read these magazines, and it's not going to help you earn money. God had been so graceful that I got the job as the writer in that very magazine. And I was like, all the hard work
Wow.
In my teenage days, reading all the filmy gossip, it's helping me in my career. It's helping me earn money. So my
No,
life has been like a
Perfect.
very different thing. So it was
you have
like my
such an
mindset was
understanding
crazy.
of the American culture too. Now I understand why. You understand politics, humor. It blows my mind.
Now there is a reason for that. I like you said, I was also not very big on reading, but I loved that people should think that I'm intelligent. It doesn't matter if I'm clever and intelligent or not, but I always felt that people should think that I'm intelligent. Now, what to do? I don't want to read all these thick books. So I would just pick up arguments with people who had read those books. So it didn't matter what I believed in, I would just contradict them for the heck of it.
Oh
And
man.
whatever they had read, they would just kind of repeat it in front of me. And once repeated, I would remember it. So every
Wow.
time some argument was made, everybody would ask me, how do you know all these things? I used to say that, well, I spend a lot of time with people who are more intelligent than me. So the secret to success in life is
See?
to spend time with people who are more intelligent than you and tell
Well,
them that there is space in here and that you can absorb.
So I wish I'd have learned that.
really quick, did I see somewhere also, Gayatri, that you practiced law before also?
Yeah, so in India, basically, Indian parents have this supernatural power with them. They can make their children get degrees even if their children don't want to. I never wanted to do law. I never wanted to do law. But my mother decided that her daughter was going to be a lawyer. At the age of 22, I was a lawyer. I even did my
Wow.
internship with National Human Rights Commission in my country. So
Wow.
yeah, it was kind of an amazing thing. But yeah, after I practiced for a while, but happy people don't go to court. Happy people don't go to court. Only sad people go there, and I
See?
didn't like I didn't like all that sadness around me. And I was like, after a year and a half, I was like, I'm going back to all those gossip magazines and stuff. I think I'm good with that. I just went back.
Oh man. I love it. Thank you for sharing that. Ruben,
Well,
so
I'm only gonna say two things.
did you ever
I
have
wish they would have diagnosed dyslexia when I was in high school. That would have helped me a lot. I just realized that maybe about 5 years ago. Oh, that's why I can't do. Yeah, and I thought it was because I was Spanish and English, because everything's backwards. So every time someone
Oh,
called me, I was shaking in my boots. Like, oh shit, don't call me because I don't want. you know, and also about emotional intelligence. I wish I were like, okay, now because now I know we have these things, and so at least I know where my strengths are, right? Rather
yeah.
than be So those two things I would have loved to have learned in high school. Oh, she nailed it with Christ in her heart. That was Raquella. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I was pretty shy. I was unfortunately trying to forget a lot of stuff that was going on at home. So I was kind of shy, and but it also, like I said, I think for me, I I wouldn't wish it on anybody else, like, my childhood, stuff. But then again, I can't deny it because it made me who I am. So I'm actually good with it. And sometimes, and so, not to be a sad sack. So I was kind of funny. But, and, so, yeah. I always say I was shy. Like, Ruben, you weren't shy. I'm like, I think I was. So, and I think I am now, anyways. But yeah, so that's the thing. So, dyslexia and emotional intelligence. Now that I'm like, yes. Now that now that I know I'm dyslexic, I'm like, yes. And that's why when I see kids, I'm like, no, that's a special talent. You're gonna find from point A, from point A to point B, we find different ways to get there, right?
Yes.
Rather than have a straight line. I'm like, that is a perfect way to use your brain too. So and let me go back because some of these people didn't get on the comment, but Fanny Bazon said, great to see you, Leo. Fanny.
Hey, Sammy.
Okay. And then Melanie Weir said, "You grow where you're planted." Yes, that was
Melanie, man,
that was Michael. Yeah, that's a Michael Bethwick saying too. So, and Donnell's on here too. So I just want to make sure we didn't get these. Yeah.
Right. So much
So
love. Peace, y'all.
yeah, and I'm excited about. I mean, this is great. I mean, it's really nice to meet you too, and nice to be on here and just be honest. And this is
Well,
I mean, you see lights on me right now, but those go away.
you look like stars. You look like galactic.
I don't. Yeah, that's what they call it.
Star dust.
Deflection. Deflection. Right.
Respect, man.
So 3200 Broadway, right? So I'm learning my T's, right? So and I told you I switched over. When I go there, I switched over to T so I can learn how to drink tea. Well, and also I didn't. Some things are probably so simple, but the Sai gave me a was it a French press tea too?
Yes.
That was amazing. I was like, oh shit, And then the other one within the, it's just I don't know about teas, so I'm learning about them right now. And
Beautiful.
yeah,
There is this one thing, Leo, about my spiritual journey. You asked me if there was any religious aspect to it.
Yes.
So yes, there is the river Narmada, the river on the banks of which I was walking. That river is considered as goddess, and if you are in that journey, you are told if somebody offers you tea, never deny. In that journey, we consider tea as her as her blessing to us. So there used to be days when I used to drink like 7 and 8 cups of teas, and people would offer tea for free of cost if we are in a journey. If you're
Wow.
in a spiritual journey, people would stop us on the way and they would bring tea for us from their homes. So tea is a very, very, very integral part of my culture.
You know,
yes,
T is the wish that found me, but within it finding me and me remaining still, it's reintroduced me to things like Tai Chi and moving meditations that are extremely slow, very similar to the breath work that you would do with meditation or the concentration, the consciousness that you put into your art. When I'm drinking tea, I'm very present, but I can be anywhere in the world. It's like this jump rope leaves out of my navel and it just goes out and travels. And it's full of excitement and curiosity and love. And yeah, that's what tea does for me. That's what each individual herb they I feel like they speak to me and say, "Hey, use me in this way." So it's really cool that different mediums speak to each of us. And as Ruben said with dyslexia, it's because often you've had to find a different way to learn what your peers were learning at a different pace or rate. And early on, there weren't so many.
you like that? What's
I
that?
love it.
I stay on highway. National highway is like 15 feet away from my house. It's like
Yeah.
right there. I'm so sorry about that.
Oh no, my friend in Mexico. I asked her, I'm like, hey, is the and I goes, is the bread lady from Sachila coming? Because the Mexico, in every neighborhood you have pan, the lady traveling from miles and miles on a bus to bring fresh bread to the neighborhood, right? Or tamales or atole, I just love the sounds of it. I really miss that,
But and funny, speaking of travel, time travel, present travel, those were sounds of travel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, yes.
Faces. Yeah, like yeah.
Made me smile. Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's those are truly world spirits to me that understand different sounds and frequencies again, and it made all of us smile. Yeah, I appreciate you all. We've been on for an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah,
Rock
see what I
on.
say. What I
Rock
tell you.
on.
I
I
think we can leave this meeting open-ended and
Yeah.
ask everyone to join next Thursday for something more special. And Leo can close the meeting by telling what is it that everybody can look forward to for next Thursday.
That is why you are Gayatri.
Although someone's got to fix the commercial the videos to stretch all the way through. The
I
I'm just kidding. I just I know. I'm sorry. I knew you were gonna say that.
I was gonna play them all. I'm like, yeah.
No. I was just kidding because I know she's already looking at that and going, yeah.
No,
That needs to be fixed.
To the homie Chuck Taylor, who did our whole "I Love You" campaign. Some of the logos, the company, things of that sort, have been branded, updated, and made more current. But we still do have the "I Love You" campaign, and Chuck Taylor was the one who brought us in. Thank you. Yeah, my heart was all handicapped.
Yeah, I don't think that's a heart. It looks like a yeah. They want to redo that. Hey, when do you open? What are the hours? People need to know.
7 a.m. to 3 p.m. 7 days a week. If you want it, I got it. If I don't have it, I'm gonna get it. So come
7
and get it
a.m.
while the getting's good.
Yes. So you have tea, coffee.
We have Afghan flatbread,
Yeah. Bakery goods.
baked goods from Spider Monkey, coffee
Yeah.
from Bean Heads, and we're bringing in these very popular banh mi sandwiches.
Yes.
Yeah, from a new company. Awesome guy, Brandon. We mentioned them before, Ruben, but Che, it's skipping me. Che Corner
Yeah.
is going to start providing us with Vietnamese food. So even inside the cafe, there will be different cultures represented through food and cuisine as well.
Yeah. And that artwork is fucking amazing right now too. So you better go see it.
Tell them
Oh,
about
my
it.
eyebrow went up. My eyebrow went up.
Next Thursday, let's do this. Next Thursday, when we are showing the commercials, we will give a glimpse of what those sandwiches look like.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Taste of
see?
life. You know what's really, because I'm, I eat meat, right? But I also, I worked at a restaurant, so I had chefs make me all kinds of stuff. But Brandon's stuff, I mean, I ate three of the bottom, like, is this meat? Because like,
Yeah.
and I didn't know, not that it matters, but I was like, I didn't even think about it, right? I was like, oh, this is so good. Like, it did not, and it was so tasty. So I'll be glad, yes, and we have a big yes. 6 S's.
Right.
It's for the sandwich. That yes is for the sandwich. I'm so sure of it.
Say.
Oh,
So yeah, so I'm excited, and I do want to say nice to meet you tonight, and I appreciate you. Leo, I appreciate you letting me show. The funny part, real quick, about this whole manifestation thing. My friend Melissa Pinell, she's co-hosted another show, but we always talk about manifestation and intentions. It was really strange because I got back from Mexico. Okay, I've been for 3 weeks now. I go, I'm manifesting something. I don't know what's going to happen. I go, I need to, just do some get a show or something. And then Leo called me. Was it Leo? Yeah, right. Or I think it was, yeah, can you do a show in a week? I'm like, okay. But that was the day after I was like really stressed out and just like, I have to do this now. So I went into my poses and my deep inner self and projected this manifestation, and it's continuing on, every day that I've done it. Every day I'm like just coming across all of these really cosmic, very spiritual connections that I'm like, how is this happening? Which is exciting too. So hopefully next week I can tell you guys what happened too. But the whole thing is like the Power Network is at 3200 Broadway. That is the conduit right there. So come on down, and like I said, you come down and talk to writers and everybody. Ahmed, Liv, Rick, Sai. I'm just blown away every time I go there. I'm like, this is Neil. My friend Neil's there all the time. So it's a really cool. And I'm meeting people as I go. There's what's his name from? I don't want to say from New Hampshire.
Oh,
Right.
Rick. Yeah.
Rick, yeah, there's Rick's there from New Hampshire. I'm like, my girlfriend's from New Hampshire, so I'm like, so we talk about this stuff. But I was like, he's there, it's like, but it's a very, and it's cool to see Rick all the way from the other side of the United States, right? In New Hampshire, which is super small, like, to be like just at home at 3200 Broadway. It's like, hey, what's up? And it's really cool to see that. Even coming in with a cross, a cross on his head. That was awesome.
He worked the shift for me today while I did my.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like,
see?
for you.
Yeah, and see, and that's what I mean. That's the kind of community that you built, Leo, right there. So thank you very much for that too. And let's continue on, and let's grow where we're planted, and and see what happens.
One last thing. I'd love to close out on a high note.
Was that too depressing for you?
No.
I'm all damn. I thought that was pretty high. I was kidding.
We're moving.
I'm just kidding.
One thing that you're excited about, what's something that you're currently excited about and you're putting a lot of your energy into? What's it giving you right now?
Well, for me, if you're asking, my goal is very simple in the world. A lot of people are addicted to external drugs to get over their stress and anxiety. Stress and anxiety is the first step towards depression. I have made it my life's goal to make sure that I help people in enhancing their performance without stress and anxiety, to help them defeat stress and anxiety while they are working. I want to do that as much as possible with the meditation techniques, with no drugs.
Right on. Thank you.
Wow. How am I supposed to follow that?
Yeah. She has a great market in California.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, like I said, I just want to, you have your be like water, right? I just want to continue flowing and helping people as I go along, right? With no purpose, but to help as I go, and teach people whatever I can teach, and and to be a good person in this world, and help people and listen to people, go through the thing. So I think listening is one of the missed arts that we need to go back to, as sometimes people don't want to hear advice; they just want you to listen to them. And I do that with the the Thich Nhat Hanh compassionate listening, the deep listening. So, see, she loved your story.
He loved your story.
Awesome.
Uh-oh. Hold on 1 second. I think we have. Okay, sorry, that was Yaya. Are you guys? Are you guys still on the air? I'm about to drive back from Roseville. I'm like, that's a little bit too far. We're on the high note now.
Right.
So, yeah.
We're sharing excitement.
Yes, and yeah. So
next time.
yeah, like I said.
For myself, I'm closing out with, I'm really, really, really excited about wilderness medicine right now. And it's what I'm putting a lot of my energy and time into. It's a whole new world for me. And yet, once I get there, I have no doubt that it's going to feel very familiar. And I'm going to tap into ancestors that have guided me to where I am currently planted with really cool people.
See,
So,
plants and plants, right? You grow
yes.
all these plants. It's more than one symbol, and yeah, that's awesome too.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
and I'm excited. I'm excited to hear about your story too. I'm learning more about you. You're not just one handsome devil. You actually have a good story behind you.
Yes, he has an interesting story to
I know.
tell.
I'm learning bits and pieces. I'm like, all right, go. Do it.
Respect to it. I can't
Yeah.
wait to hear bit by bit.
So- And I am going to conquer the art world. That's the thing too. Not conquer it, but become part of it. You know what I mean? That's part of my
Leo-
manifestation part.
Already
Leo's
are.
story is going to be told in seasons.
Yeah.
Every episodic. It's going to be like an episodic. Every
See?
week we're going to give new aspect of Leo's personality and what brought him here.
I knew him win.
Well, it's been great talking to been great tonight too, and also great for all the people out there listening. And I know people are listening and don't want to comment, but that's that's the best thing. Some people just like that, especially in this live stream world.
And I'm sending a verbal thank you and I love you, but I'm also going to send a physical respect peace, and love. Thank you
There
all.
you go.
Until next time.
End it.
Namaste.
Cut it. Namaste. Both of you guys stay on. I want to talk to you real quick
Okay.
after. Ready to end?
Well,
Good night, everybody.
There we go. In broadcast.